This is a remark video. I'm just saying, this has been the most objectively horrendous race. Well, not horrendous race. Horrendous season I've ever watched in my entire life. Granted, the worst case scenario didn't play out. The race actually was pretty damn awesome. The last race was actually the best race. Quite like 2013, and I'm not even a Joey Logano fan at all. I don't even really like him at all, to be honest. I'm actually glad it was him instead of Kyle Busch. I personally just can't stand Kyle Busch for life. But that goes without saying. This has been still the most objectively horrendous season I have ever watched. A lot of people are gonna be like, well, why do you still watch it? Because I want this fucking sport to get better, okay? Wake up. Call me biased of me when I am supposedly fanboying Jimmy Johnson, but 2016 was absolutely a huge step from the second worst season of this decade, which is 2015. Even a lot of rational-minded Kyle Busch fans thought that season was horrible. A lot of bullshit NASCAR authoritarianism, a lot of moments that should not have happened, that were easily avoidable, and could have been more fixable by NASCAR's authoritarianism. Races that were tremendously boring as fuck. Justin Allgaier's career continues to go down the drain thanks to Leach's, which, by the way, he should have won this championship in the Xfinity Series this year. Alone. He has no reason to be out of the Final Four. The financial cripplings of many teams, like Furniture Row Racing shutting down, Lowe's leaving the 7-time champion known as Jimmy fucking Johnson. Yes, Lowe's leaving my man, Jimmy Johnson. The DUI from Brian France alone. None of this shit is sensationalism. It's not bullshit. This is all shit that unfolded in 2018. Hang on, my cat's meowing. Even my cat is worried about all this trash. Anybody that approves of this trash heap has the smallest fucking brain of what good quality racing is. No comers and goers throughout this entire season. Barely even action up on restarts. No one can even catch the leader on the restarts. Quite like a copy and paste of 2017 New Hampshire all the fucking time. Granted, there were actually a few good races and finishes here and there. The last race included, and even the Phoenix race, even though I despise Kyle Busch with a passion. Both Daytona races, despite the finish of the Daytona 500, were pretty fucking awesome to watch. An absolute havoc, might I add. At least the one I went to, for sure. Chicagoland and Martinsville finishes were pretty damn badass to watch, even though I despise Kyle Busch yet again with a passion, regarding Chicagoland at least. Indianapolis was pretty damn fun to watch, too. Brad Keselowski had the balls to make pretty damn bold moves on Denny Hamlin for the lead. But the depressing thing is, if you look at this season as a whole, even the throwback race was underwhelming. And it's not even a Daytona 500 I'm always anticipated for. It's always a throwback race where I get to see those beautiful, beautiful old schemes, but no. There was no competition that race, as well as the multitude of every other race this season. However, for a mediocre track like New Hampshire, I'm surprised that there was actually amazing racing there. A bump and run to Kyle Busch from Kevin Harvick, no less, too. That's exactly what old school racing is. But unfortunately, even Chase Elliott winning 3 races does not save the season for me. Dover was not even close to acceptable. Kansas, far from being somewhat solid. One of the most boringest races ever. Boringest is not even a word, but whatever. This package decayed in the worst way possible. 2016 and 2017, it was so fucking good. But once the 2018 season started to unfold, misery reared its fucking head. This goes far beyond Jimmy Johnson just being completely winless this season. I honestly could care less about that. Granted, yeah, I'm depressed as fucking hell that he didn't get a single win this season. But it's way more than just him not getting a single win this season. Way worse than that. This season even tops 2008 and 9 in awfulness. I can go on and on about all the stupid bullshit that happened throughout every fucking race. I can convey a reason why NASCAR's authoritarianism, to the extent where even they made a mistake by putting Jimmy Johnson to the rear, as well as penalizing Kevin Harvick after Texas, where even they thought they were bullshit on that part. I can go on and on about just all of Chevrolet's poor performance this season compared to Ford and Toyota, where only one Chevrolet did anything at all good. You could say Austin Dillon, but he pulled that win straight out of his ass. I should have known right from the start that this season was going to be a shithole as soon as he dumped Eric Almirola like some cowardly, cocksucking child. Thank you, Kamikaze Games. Of all the fucking progress we made in this sport, of all the badass racing, of all the objectively good racing where we needed to win on points and not some Final Four trash. But that's been happening every single season. And we would actually get a good, deserving champion. As much as I'm decently happy for Logano, it's still not deserving. It's kind of like a style over substance, face value sort of thing. It looks awesome that he got his first championship, but in reality, he didn't really deserve it. But then again, his ring was missing from 2015, so I suppose it's fair that he makes it up for 2018. I could go on and on about why the Hendrick shop has been a ridiculous shithole lately, and all its dysfunction to the extent where our 7-time champion only had 2 top 5s. and the fact why this package, the clean air, is so fucking out of hand and uncontrolled that not even on restarts anybody in second place could do anything. I could go on why NASCAR's bullshit caution of why Daniel Suarez's drift on the track and it down below the apron was not even remotely warranted. Of why it wasn't even such a danger on the track. Of why there was even any at all debris to be seen. Sorry, there's shit I'm picking up. I have never felt any less proud to be a NASCAR fan than I do right now. But remember, if I thought this season was worse, and if you guys thought this season was the worst season ever, remember, 2019 is where they add in the worst package ever. Or bound to be the worst package ever. Restrictor plates on 1.5 mile tracks and 2 mile tracks, as well as no restrictor plates on the actual tracks that need restrictor plates. Even though Michigan and Fontana are pretty fast tracks, so I think those are the only tracks warranted of restrictor plates. Go on and on about how much Jimmy Johnson deserves better than what he got in 2018. Aside from the fact that his iconic sponsor Lowe's is leaving him. Luckily, the only thing that had any saving of this season is that Kyle Busch lost. But god damn it, NASCAR. Just let the fucking race play out for once. Did you learn nothing from 2016? When a slow car the entire race that went the same pace as he was going now was still going fucking slow. That drift from Daniel Suarez wasn't even any threat to the other participants. That was not warranted whatsoever. But whatever. I'm not even going to get into it because I'm all burnt out of tearing into this horrendous season. You can say I'm just mad but that Jimmy Johnson didn't win a single race, but if you even pay attention to my channel and all my reviews, I even said prior to this, 2008 and 2009 were the worst seasons. But now, this horrendous fecal smear makes 2008 and 2009 look like 2003 and 2006. It's that fucking horrendous. See this right here? I'm eating my words.